Welcome to Touring Globe. Here is a detailed look at common scams in Barcelona. Barcelona, a city known for its stunning architecture, rich history, and vibrant culture, attracts millions of tourists every year. From the awe-inspiring Sagrada Familia to the bustling streets of La Rambla, the Catalan capital offers endless attractions. However, like many popular tourist destinations, Barcelona is also home to a variety of scams targeting unsuspecting visitors. Being aware of these scams can help ensure your trip is memorable for all the right reasons. Here is a detailed list of common scams in Barcelona, along with real incidents reported in the news to illustrate how these scams unfold. 1. The pickpocketing scam. Barcelona is notorious for pickpocketing, especially in crowded areas like La Rambla, the Gothic Quarter, and on public transportation. Thieves often work in groups, using distractions such as bumping into you, asking for directions, or creating a commotion while others steal your valuables. Real incident. In 2022, a tourist from the UK reported having their wallet and phone stolen on the metro. The thief used the classic sandwich technique, where one person blocks the tourist from the front while another person bumps into them from behind, allowing a third person to pick their pocket. 2. The restaurant overcharge scam. Some restaurants, particularly in tourist-heavy areas like La Rambla, may inflate bills, add hidden charges, or switch to a different menu with higher prices for tourists. They might charge for items like bread, water, or even offer a tourist menu that is significantly overpriced. Real incident. In 2021, an American couple dining near La Rambla was shocked to receive a bill of €150 for a meal that should have cost around €50. The bill included charges for items they hadn't ordered, and when they questioned it, the waiter insisted it was correct, leaving them no choice but to pay. 3. The Petition scam. Similar to scams in other European cities, young women or children approach tourists asking them to sign a petition for a fake cause, often pretending to be deaf or mute. While the tourist is distracted, accomplices might pickpocket them, or the petitioners may demand a donation after the signature. Real incident. In 2019, a tourist from Germany was approached near the Sagrada Familia by a group of young girls asking her to sign a petition. After signing, they demanded €10 as a donation. When she refused, they surrounded her, allowing one of them to pickpocket her wallet. 4. The flower scam. Scammers, often near romantic spots like Park Güell or the Magic Fountain, hand out flowers to couples, making it seem like a kind gesture. Once the flower is accepted, they demand payment. If the tourist refuses, they may snatch the flower back or follow them, insisting on payment. Real incident. In 2018, a couple visiting the Magic Fountain was approached by a man offering a flower to the woman for free. After she accepted, he demanded €5. When they refused, he became aggressive and tried to take the flower back, creating an uncomfortable situation. 5. The fake police officer scam. Scammers posing as plainclothes police officers approach tourists, claiming they need to check their money for counterfeit bills or asking to see their passports. They may then steal cash or even rob tourists outright. They often target tourists near ATMs or in less crowded areas. Real incident. In 2020, 2 tourists from France were approached by men claiming to be police officers in the Gothic Quarter. The fake officers asked to see their passports and wallets, claiming they needed to check for counterfeit money. After inspecting the wallets, the scammers took €200 and disappeared. 6. The ATM skimming scam. Scammers attach skimming devices to ATMs, especially in tourist areas, to capture card details and PINs. They may also use hidden cameras or fake keypads. The stolen data is then used to clone cards and withdraw money from the victim's account. Real incident. In 2021, a tourist from Italy reported unauthorized withdrawals from her bank account after using an ATM near Plaza de Catalunya. It was later discovered that skimming devices had been attached to several ATMs in the area, allowing scammers to steal card details. 7. The Bracelet scam. Similar to other cities, scammers approach tourists in popular areas like Park Güell or the Gothic Quarter, offering to tie a friendship bracelet on their wrist for free. Once it's on, they demand money, often becoming aggressive if you refuse to pay. Real incident. In 2019, a group of tourists visiting Park Gul was approached by men offering bracelets. After the bracelets were tied, the scammers demanded €10 each. When the tourists refused to pay, the scammers blocked their way and insisted on the payment, making them feel intimidated. 8. The overpriced taxi scam. Some taxi drivers in Barcelona, particularly those near airports or tourist hotspots, overcharge tourists by taking longer routes, refusing to use the meter, or charging flat rates that are significantly higher than the metered fare. Real incident. In 2018, a tourist from the US was charged €60 for a taxi ride from El Prat Airport to their hotel in the city center, a journey that should have cost around €30. The driver claimed the high charge was due to extra luggage and late-night fees, which were not true. 9. The free Toppas or drink scam. In some bars or restaurants, particularly in touristy areas, waiters may offer free Toppas, drinks, or snacks, making it seem like a complimentary service. However, these items are later added to the bill at inflated prices, leaving tourists with a much higher bill than expected. Real incident. In 2020, a couple dining in a restaurant near La Rambla was offered free olives and sangria. When the bill arrived, they were charged €15 for the olives and €20 for the sangria. The waiter insisted it was standard practice, and they had no choice but to pay. 10. The street performer scam. Street performers, especially those on La Rambla, may perform and then aggressively demand money from onlookers. In some cases, they target tourists specifically, insisting on payment and even following them until they pay. Some performers may also work with pickpockets to distract tourists. Real incident. In 2019, a family from Canada was watching a street performer on La Rambla when the performer suddenly demanded €10 for the show. When they refused, the performer became hostile and followed them down the street until they paid. Tips to avoid scams. Keep your belongings secure and be cautious in crowded areas, especially on public transportation. Always check restaurant bills carefully before paying and be wary of hidden charges. Avoid signing petitions or accepting unsolicited items like flowers or bracelets. Use only licensed taxis and insist on using the meter or agree on a fare before starting the journey. Use ATMs inside banks or well-lit areas, and be vigilant when using your credit card. If approached by someone claiming to be a police officer, ask to see their identification and do not hand over any valuables. Barcelona is a vibrant and beautiful city with much to offer, but staying alert to these scams will help ensure a safe and enjoyable visit. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.